Further ado, Mr. Hopkins.
How are y'all this morning? I've been doing photography for going into next year, it'll be 12 years, then next year it'll be 10 years, it'll be full time. And what I've learned is photography does not love you like you love it. I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble, but it does not. We fall in love with this as creatives, and it's fun. But there's a lot of things that come with it that nobody ever talks about. So I'm here to answer any questions that y'all might have when it comes to working as a photographer, whether it be technical, business, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be. I'm here to talk about it. First, about me, I'm 31 years old. I'm from Virginia Beach. And like I said, I've been doing this for almost 12 years. And with that, I started out doing wedding photography. And I was doing that I've been doing it for 8 to 9 years now at this point. And I'm slowly transitioning out of it. And I'm going more so into commercial work. And that's been my new challenge. So it's all about recreating yourself and challenging yourself to go to the next goal. So that's me in a nutshell. Any questions I can answer for y'all pertaining to photography, whatever.
So what was your transition into entrepreneurship?
What was it? I got fired from my day job at 22 years old. I got fired. They let me go, and that was February 2013. They fired me, and I was just starting to get a little traction in photography. So I was like feeling myself. I was like, I got $200-300 jobs coming in every week. I don't need y'all no more. So I started acting a little outlandish there, and they let me go. And I had been working there for like 6 years, and they let me go. So that right there, I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not gonna go back and get another job because I hated my job. This is gonna be it. I'm gonna go and pursue photography full time. This is gonna be it.
So what made you want to decide to transition from wedding into
Commercial work,
commercial?
COVID.
Okay.
I was planning it prior to COVID. December 2019, I was in Atlanta for New Year's, and I was in a hotel room, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do this year. I wrote it all down, what I'm gonna do. And then everybody knows what happened in February. All of that went out the window. So I needed a new outlet, and all of my wedding work was gone. It was done. There was no more weddings. So I had to figure out a way to keep my creativity going. So I went and got a storage unit in Virginia Beach, and I shot out of a storage unit for 8 to 9 months. So that's what made me want to do it. I wanted to do more detailed work. Weddings are sporadic, they're chaotic, and I don't enjoy the chaos anymore. You got a question?
How did you know that you wanted to pursue photography? Like, what was that? What happened?
I needed something to do out of high school. Yeah, I wanted to be a director. I wanted to direct music videos and movies and all different types, but I didn't want to leave Virginia. So I found photography, and I was at my day job that I was working at the time, and we could get on the computer while we worked. We weren't supposed to, but I did it. And I found this lady who she made a living as a wedding photographer, and I didn't even know there was a thing that you could do. Once I found out that she was doing it, I was like, I can do it too. So that's what I'm gonna pursue. I was 19 at the time.
So you were like a freelancer, essentially, right?
Yeah,
Could you
I
talk
still
about
am, yeah.
your experience with that? Like, how did you get like the ball rolling?
Creating my own work. So when I was doing the weddings, I would be at, y'all live on this side, right? Nobody goes to the other side? Oh, you do? All right, so the biggest mall over there is Lynn Haven Mall. I would go hang out at Lynn Haven. I would find couples, walk up to them and say, hey, can I photograph y'all? That'd be really easy to do in these days and times because everybody wants to be an Instagram star and everybody wants to be online. It was a lot harder then, but now it would be easy to do. So that's how I would just go out and create what it was that I wanted to shoot, put it online, tell people that this is what I'm doing. and it will come back to me.
For a wedding or something like that, a wedding shoot, how many shots do you usually take? Or,
For a wedding?
yeah, and how many? And do you make good money? Is it profitable?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely profitable. In a day, let's say we do an 8-hour day, 9-hour day, 2,500 photos. And the second shooter that I have probably would take around 500, so about total 3,000 photos in a day. And I'll probably edit those down to the best 800 images. Yeah.
Do you actually put them in folders or print them out? Put them in folders?
No, they get an online web gallery, and some people buy albums, or they just want the digitals. More people want digitals these days. They don't even care about the actual product in print anymore.
You don't actually, you just take the pictures, you don't go in and take them in and print them out and put them in a nice album?
No,
Okay.
no.
Is there somebody that does that, or is that profitable?
Yeah, oh yeah, like what, so how I ran my wedding business is you would book me for a certain amount of time. This is what would come in this package. And after we photograph the wedding, we do the wedding, before I had a studio, I would meet them at Panera or Starbucks or wherever, and I would show a slideshow of images, of the edited images. You can buy albums, you can buy prints, and a lot of people don't even know that that's the thing. They go out and they buy it themselves. But if I'm providing a service for you, I can provide the service. I can give you the album, I can get you the prints. So let's just say that wedding was a $3,500 client, and I sell them album prints. Mom buys a book too. That in total might be another $2,000. So I just turned that $3,500 client into, I'm gonna have a horrible with math. What's that? $5,500? Yeah.
Do you have any like solid portfolio tips? Like, what do you think makes a great portfolio?
That's up to you and what it is you want to shoot. So that leads me into what I was going to tell y'all. Like, I want to give you 4 things. Like, you want to identify yourself, what it is that you want to do, what you want to shoot, who you want to be, and how you want to live your life. So identity, perspicacity, meaning you want to understand the world and the things that are going on around you. Your network is your net worth. That's my homie Josh. We've been friends for like 8 years now. He's a photographer, videographer. And if I can't do a job, I'll send it to him. If he can't do a job, he'll send it to me. And we have other people that we work with will send jobs out to each other. So y'all are in a good position now because you're in college. So keep in touch with people that are other creatives, because you may not be able to do anything, or they go get a job as an art director. Oh, I remember this girl I went to college with. We can call her for it. So your network, and then motivation. You got to find your motivation. What motivates you? Like my major motivation when I first got into this at 19, I told myself I wanted 2 things. I want to be happy, and what would make me happy? Taking pictures the rest of my life. What do I want to do? I want to own a studio in Virginia Beach. So if I have a studio in Virginia Beach and I'm taking pictures the rest of my life, I'm happy. So that's my motivation. Those 4 things.
What kind of projects do you do, jobs that you do?
Do I do?
Yeah, can you tell us, you said you do weddings, and what are they kind of?
Well, I'll show you some of my work. This is some of my work. So here's some projects. This was for Waterside Marriott in downtown Norfolk.
So when you're saying these are projects, these are commercial work. This
Come
is
here.
commercial.
Yep. This was for the Spirit of Norfolk, when there was one. What else? When Something in the Water came the first time, ASAP Ferg, he released a bike line. And in the bike line, an ad agency called me to photograph him on the bike while he was here in Virginia Beach. So this was for Red Line Bicycles.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
So this is the type of work I do. I do a lot of work for Coastal Virginia Magazine. That's pretty much where I'm at now in my career.
So as far as like commercial, are you more inclined to do like product photos or like people? If that makes sense.
I mostly lifestyle work. Products are a whole different beast, entirely different beast. Yeah, so you got to specialize, so to speak.
How do you advertise your business?
Right now, social media and word of mouth, and my feet are on the pavement. So I'm knocking on ad agency doors. I'm probably gonna go to Miami in 2 weeks and go network down there with people in Miami. It's going to create. My website too. Like it's SEO. So if you Google commercial photographer in Virginia Beach, that'll probably show up.
So you said like you started or you found your love for photography like outside of high school or like right after high school. So like, how did you gain like your skill set as far as like do you use Photoshop, Lightroom, like
All of it.
So like, how did you like? Was it through school or just your own YouTube?
Me.
Yeah.
And asking like, so what I found out is, let's say I take a photo of y'all today. There are sticky notes on the back of each of these computers. I took the photo. Oh, I didn't remove all of these sticky notes. How can I remove them? The shot is done, it's over with. Let me go to Google and YouTube. Oh, I can use the lasso tool in Photoshop to remove all of these. So one thing would lead to another. There was a cone or exit sign in one of my photos at a wedding. I don't want the exit sign there. How do I remove the exit sign? How do I remove the cone? How do I clean up this image? So shooting and asking questions will always lead to something else. So self-taught really, like it's, all of the information is there. You just gotta go look for it.
What do you shoot with?
Nikon D850 and Z6. He tries to get me to convert to Canon all the time. I wish I could. I'm too invested at this point. What lenses do I use? Yeah, right. 70 to 200, 2.8, 50 millimeter 1.42, 35 millimeter 1.4, 85 millimeter 1.4.
You have a Zoom or you have actually
24 to 70, huh?
you have a Zoom?
Yeah, my favorite lens really is my 24 to 70, 2.8. That's my zoom.
24/7.
Yeah. 24 to 70, 2.8. I need to get it repaired now, huh?
One of my questions is, when you first created your portfolio, how did you get it out there? How did you,
Which portfolio?
let's
Yeah.
say your very, very first one.
My very, wedding portfolio.
Yeah, how did you,
So weddings, right? Like I was saying, I would go to the mall, or I would ask couples, "Hey, can I photograph you? Can I photograph you?" When I started doing weddings, I would reach out to wedding planners. When it was down season, so in Virginia, the wedding season is from say March to November. These days it's changing. People are getting married all throughout the year now, but it's still a slow season from December to about February. So from March to November, you can do a lot of damage. So I'm not going to be hitting up a planner during those busy months. But sometimes I'll find an up-and-coming planner. I'll say, hey, I want to collaborate with you. Let's find a dress, a venue, whatever, and we'll put together a shoot. I got a mock wedding. I'm not going to sell it as a wedding because I have not photographed a wedding, so I do not recommend doing that at all. But just put the images on your website that this is something that you do photograph, but never sell it as a wedding, because a wedding and doing a style shoot are two entirely different beasts.
let's see,
Yeah.
my
Just you got to go create your own.
My biggest struggle right now is putting my work out there to get recognized.
Mhm.
I don't exactly know where to.
What do you want to do?
So me, I want to be my dream job would be a 3D character artist
Okay.
for entertainment media.
Yeah.
Video games or movies.
So that's compositing and all different types of things. Yeah. You ever thought about recording yourself doing the work?
I have before. I've also thought about saving my process because the software that I use, basically when you create a 3D model, it can create an animatic of the step-by-step process and
Mhm.
play it as an animation. And I thought about doing that too.
Yeah, I mean, in today's time, it's like so many different ways to monetize yourself and put yourself out there. And like, it's really no excuse ever. Like, it's too many avenues to make money and to like get the work because brands are paying. Like, Facebook pays you to post these days. Instagram pays you to post these days. Brands are reaching out, they're looking for people to pay to do work. So with you, what you're doing is it's a big deal. Record yourself doing it and then post it online.
All right.
Yeah. Right.
If you could give us a big takeaway for today, what would it be?
Big takeaway. As far as what?
Like the field itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm going to talk about creative fields in general. We're not respected. Nobody cares about photographers, videographers, and until you actually show up and do the work. Then it's like, oh, you're cool, you're great, I want to work with you. So you have to make yourself your biggest supporter and your biggest brand, because nobody's going to respect you until you actually do the work.
What are some of the challenges in the download, the down things? Some challenges and some like hardships.
As far as being a photographer,
Yes.
man, finding work, keeping money, that's the hardest, one of my hardest challenges. Because you have to, there are busy seasons and there are slow seasons. And in the slow season will seem like it drags on forever. Because there's not enough money coming in to support yourself at the time. So you have to really manage your money very well. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned. It's like a squirrel in the summer or an ant in the summertime. You're making a lot of money, you better be putting it aside for the winter. So.
Okay, so I guess my question is, what do you think would be the best way to go about licensing your art with like photography to people buy from when you go and stuff? How would you go about licensing without, getting taken advantage of from, like you said, they don't care about creative. I find that a lot of times creators get taken advantage of.
Yeah, you do it to yourself though.
Hmm?
You do it to yourself though.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people they think about the art more than the business
Mhm.
aspect of it. So I was asking you, I assume you own all your work.
Mhm.
How do you go about licensing your stuff too?
Well, when a company reaches out to you, they're going to ask you what's your half day rate, what's your full day rate to do this job. That's just how much it costs for you to come out and do the job. So, I don't know, let's just say Nike calls me tomorrow. How much would it be to get you to come and photograph this campaign? 8-hour day is this. 4-hour day is this. That's just for me to photograph it. What are you doing with these images after, Nike representative? We're planning on putting it on billboards, this, that, and the third block. How long do you plan on using these images? We want to at least run them for a year. I'll let them go for $12,000. Okay, we can do that. Or they'll come back and say, we can't do that. We found another photographer that'll do it for $8,000. Go with him. I know what this is worth. I know what the job is going to take. I want this. Or you can negotiate. You can negotiate. Don't get me wrong. You can negotiate if you really want the job. But just understand the business of it. Because I'd rather be an 85% good businessman and a 15% good photographer than to be a 85% good photographer and a 15% good businessman.
The question I wonder about, since we're on that topic, have you ever had any of your work stolen or edited in any way? Had to deal with that?
Not in this new realm, but in wedding photography, yeah. People will go on your website, screenshot your stuff, put it on their website. Hey, I shot this. I'm like, you didn't shoot that. I mean, it's fun to do though, in that, because what I'll do, I did it one time. I commented on the photo. I said, how did you take this? What light did you use? Where was the light taken at? It was gone immediately. It was gone. They took it down immediately. Meanwhile, then I posted a behind the scenes of me taking the photo under the comment. It was fun. It was gone. Took it right down.
Question.
Mhm.
How do you protect your work from that? I mean, is there
This-
a foolproof way?
No, not. You can watermark it, but you give me an image with a watermark on it. I'll remove it in less than a minute.
Really?
Yep.
Doesn't matter how large it is.
No.
How,
You can. Oh, if you put it all over it,
Yeah, I'm saying.
yeah, that's a different. Then it defeats the purpose. So you're not going to do that. But if you put it down there in your little corner, I can either crop it out, use my lasso tool, and remove it in Photoshop. It's done. I own this now. It's mine. Until I see it. I mean, you want to do it, it's fine. You can't recreate it. You can't recreate it. You can try, but you can't recreate what somebody else already did.
You may already answer this. What kind of education do you have?
I am a high school dropout, sir.
High school dropout?
I am. Yep, I dropped out in the 10th grade.
So how did you learn about photography? Was it just hands-on or what?
Online, and just trial and error and doing.
What do you recommend you do?
What do I recommend anybody? Shoot and learn. Like, just go out, create. Do it. Just go out, create, bump your head. On-the-job training is the best training you can get, in my opinion. I think going to college would have been great. I just don't have the patience for it. I don't want to sit in the classroom. It's just not me. I couldn't. That's why I didn't finish school. I don't want to sit still. I want to be out going, doing what it is I want to do. That's a big problem of mine.
This is very impressive though, that you have this entire portfolio, a website and everything, and not that much school.
No,
That's impressive.
no, that was all self-taught. Just going out creating. Want is the biggest thing. You gotta want it really bad. I wanted this really bad. I still want it really bad. Like badly. I wake up every day wanting this. I don't sleep at night because I want this. Like every night. I do not. Some nights I don't. I call him sometimes. Like I'm going through it. I gotta get this. Anybody else?
You know, I got questions for days.
Mhm.
Just trying to sprinkle in.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest misconception about being an entrepreneur?
That is easy, or it's a lot of money to be made in it, and it is a lot of money to be made in it, but it's not fun. That's my biggest takeaway from it. It's not fun. You're free, you are, but there are big consequences to it, because there's nobody paying you every week. There's not a check coming in every 2 weeks. You have to go and create your own income. Like, you are out here swimming on your own, unless you go and use every hour that you have to figure out a way to make money. Like, I took, Thanksgiving was what, 2 weeks ago? Wednesday afternoon, I went into the office, I did some work. I was like, I'm done for today. I'm not doing anything else. I just wanted 4 days. I work every day. Every day of the month, I work. I just want 4 days of myself to go home, play my PlayStation 5, and mind my business. That is what I want to do. People are still calling me, texting me, and I felt guilty for it because I'm like, I should be out figuring out ways to make money. But I don't take any time for myself. It's a balance of finding time for yourself and running a business. A business, you don't run a business, it runs you. It's simple as that. You don't run a business, it runs you. It's a monster that needs to be fed constantly, and it eats money. That's what it lives off of.
Have you won any awards for your pictures that you take?
I just won Best Commercial Photographer in Virginia Beach, in 757. That's my most recent one. Thank you. Yeah, just go out, figure out who it is you want to be, what it is you want to shoot, commit to it, create the portfolio behind it, learn as much as you can about that genre. Fashion is difficult. Not even gonna lie to you. You want to stay here or you want to move?
I want to move.
Where you want to go?
Philly or Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
Well, yeah, that you good then. Go talk to that's Chicago, New York, LA.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, so I'll probably move back home. Or
I go there. Yeah. And then Philly's right there next to New York, so you could just make it's done. But if you staying here, no. Ain't no fashion here, it's none of that here. No.
I'll figure that out quickly.
No, they knew. No. Who said sports? You did? How many times you been to DC?
None. No.
Why you haven't gone and talked to Redskins? Why not?
I don't know. It's just,
Why haven't you reached out to the marketing team for the Redskins?
Okay. That's a good question.
Who photographs for the Redskins? Who takes the pictures for the Redskins?
I don't know. It's like I don't really look at.
You gotta know that stuff in order to, so that way once you find out who takes the photos for the Redskins, hey, I'm such and such. I would love to come with you to a Washington Redskins game to learn how you shoot. Keith Cephas, talk to Keith Cephas.
I think it's just crazy to imagine it being that simple.
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
It's not, but you gotta try. Like, if you don't, you're losing. You gotta be in it to win it. That's the realest thing I can say. Like, you really gotta be putting your feet to the ground. That, like I was saying Tuesday, I got the cover for the Visitor's Guide in Hampton. The only reason I got that, they didn't come looking for me. I went to the Hampton marketing department or whatever. I was like, are y'all looking for photographers? They were like, no. I said, I just want to leave you this flyer. If you ever need anything, let me know. She called me 2 weeks ago. Our normal photographer can't do it. Can you step in and photograph the cover for the next year? Had I not went and found it, I wouldn't have done it. So you got to identify who it is you want to work with.
I have several shows I do. Can you give me some tips? I do like a history lesson, heroes in history, and I do patriotic things and Santa Claus, and I have a gospel magic show. And can you give me some tips on what I can do to try to market myself, or how do I take the pictures?
You're doing a lot. What is it that you want to focus on?
Okay, I have a show. I like to do a video of my show so I can use that to give to, like when I do a gospel magic show, I like to do it. It's about a 35 to 45 minute show, and I like to video it so I can show the churches what they're getting before they see, before they hire me.
Who does video?
You know,
Not you. You know you do video. Anybody here do video? Anybody know somebody that does video? You just met him, right? Somebody on this campus or somebody you know does video. Reach out to them, say, hey, I want to do this for you. Can you help me out? Can you come film this for me? Somebody knows somebody. That's why I was saying the network is so important. Like, you got it, and you have to be willing to ask. They tell you no, it's just a no. I mean, I look at it like dating. I talk to 9 women, 9 of them are gonna tell me no. Somebody eventually gonna say yes. It just is what it is. Like, but if I'm not asking, nobody's going to say anything to me. Like, it's just no. No. Like, no. No is just a no. Okay, cool. Going on about my business. I'm gonna find somebody else to talk to.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of now, how thin-skinned can't you be to be an entrepreneur?
You can, and none of that. No, there's no sensitivity. There's no safe places. None of that. I hate to tell you, there's none of that. There are no safe places. I know everybody has things that they suffer from, but if you have anxiety already, going to go be an entrepreneur, you're signing up for it. If you don't have it already. If you already have it, you got it. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to ask for it. You're going to actually go get it. So you can't be sensitive, thin-skinned, and it doesn't work. It's not going to work. And nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you. You got to help yourself. That's as real as I can be about it.
So how did you get there? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a photography business. I'm sensitive.
You got to get rid of that. That's got to go first.
Well, I gotta get rid of
Yeah.
it. What does that mean, though? What do you mean?
That
I don't have no money.
you have to be your own therapist. You have to be your own therapist, but it goes back to no. You have to be okay with being told no. I'm okay with being told no. It's fine. I remember being 21, 22 years old. As a matter of fact, I started out photographing nightclubs when I was 19. I went to the club with my cousins one night and I saw a photographer in there, and this was way back. I know y'all probably won't know anything about it. They were taking photos in the club. He would print them out and he would sell them for $10. I saw him doing it and I watched him all night long. He made at least $600 that night. I said, I want to do that. I'm 19. Nobody's going to let me into a club. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to go talk to club promoters. I'm going to go talk to different nightclubs. I finally got somebody to let me into a club. I'm 19 years old. I'm going to 25 and up clubs, 21 and up clubs. I'm not even old enough to be in there. But I knew that's what I wanted to do. And 4 nightclubs told me no. Before that 5th one said, okay, we'll give you a shot. So learn to accept no. It's just no. Go on. Okay, fine. You told me no. I'm cool. Okay, fine. I'll see you later, though. I will see you later, though. And I'm not going to forget that you told me no. So when you want me to come back and do this project for $4,000, I actually want 9.
All right. Any other questions? Seems like y'all slowing down a little bit.
I'll try one more.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum, do you think there's profit for being a photographer without like making yourself a business? Does that make sense?
No. Mm-mm. Otherwise, you're just a struggling artist. The business comes first. That's number one.
I have a question for Caleb. So when you're asking not making yourself a business, what exactly are you saying?
Like is there a way that you could just work with like one, like, I guess I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this.
Can somebody give you the work and you just be a photographer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of jobs like that. Snapper, Life Touch, JCPenney Photo Studio. Yeah, there's plenty. I worked at Life Touch. I worked at Glamour Shots. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I worked at Glamour Shots. Yeah. I worked there for like 5 months. I can't keep a job, so I just can't keep a job.
But can we be real about Life Touch in these places?
Mhm.
They starting you off at $10 an hour.
If that. I mean, when I was working there, it was like $8.50.
It went up to 10.
Yeah, it went up to 10. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you're working for someone else as a photographer. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Although it sounds like it's a good like kicking off point, but it sounds like
But
probably the end goal is
agencies, they hire in-house photographers all the time. That's why a lot of photographers can't get work, because the agency has somebody on payroll. There's an agency in Norfolk that I've been trying to work with. They have a photographer on payroll. One day he's going to show up sick.
Stop it.
Hate to say it. Knock on wood. He's going to be fine. But I was there to help out when he wasn't. When he wasn't. But yeah, you can.
Any other questions? Man lives it every day. This is your opportunity to ask. Good, bad, and the ugly. All right? Well, Mr. Hawkins, we appreciate your
Thank
time.
y'all for y'all time, man. I appreciate it. Good luck.